Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Houston, let me do that again. I tweaked over my words. Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Houston, Texas in the building. Cam Wallace in the building.
Houston, Texas is definitely in the building.
What's up, bro?
Sure. What's good, my dude?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, bro.
Yo, I love Houston.
Hey, man, Houston is a vibe, bro.
Houston's
I love New York. Real shit. I love New York. I can see myself here.
I've been to Houston. I went to Houston every year for Astroworld Festival, right?
Okay.
That was like a thing for me. I was there for this last one, but we're not gonna get into that.
No.
I had a great time until I woke up the next morning.
Right.
But when I was there, this time.
You went to the last one though?
Yes, I've been to all.
Okay, you were there. Okay.
I was at all of them.
Okay.
I've been to all of them.
Okay.
But the point of what I'm saying here is the rest of the weekend, it was my longest trip to Houston, right?
Okay.
I ended up taking extra days. I went with some of my guys this time versus in the past I had went with my ex. So this was a guy's trip,
so
right?
You got to run around.
I got to run around. I went to Seaside. I went to all these other places, right?
Yeah.
And I never realized how much I really loved Houston.
It's a vibe, bro.
It was so much fun, bro. Like I can't even begin to explain like how much I loved it there. I was like, damn. Like I really didn't want to leave after like the 5-day trip was over.
So it's crazy because I'm from Houston, but I just moved back from LA.
Okay.
So I got back in July of last year. So I kind of like got reintroduced to the city, you know, because I was in LA for like 5 years. So came back home. So it's kind of like the experience that you had was kind of like the same experience I had, like coming back home, because everything had changed so much. It's definitely like a lit city. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of, and you get a lot for your money. The food is crazy.
Yeah.
I know you know the food. Did you go to Turkey Leg Hut?
Of course.
Come on.
Wait, can I tell you the one thing that I didn't like though?
What's up?
The one thing, but I didn't like it, but it didn't really affect me because I'm not from there.
Okay.
So it's like
The heat?
No, the heat's fine. That's the different temperatures is fine because like in New York it'd be 60 degrees one day, then 90 another day.
And y'all got humidity.
Yeah, what bothered me was like when I went to, I forgot the place we went to, but we went out one night and it ended up being like, I look at it, I'm like, okay, this looks like a restaurant, right? And then it turned into a club, right? And then Don Tolliver and Roddy Ricch are there, which I was like, okay.
Was it camp?
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. It looked like it was definitely like it was wood on the outside.
Oh, that's camp.
Camp, you think?
Yeah, camp is the spot. It's like it's one of the big clubs.
It's like a restaurant.
What's Travis's DJ? Chase B.
Chase B. It was Chase B was DJ that night. Okay,
that's camp.
Okay, cool. So when I went there, right, I'm like, okay, cool. So there's like a little parking lot, but unlike New York, right? So I'm used to like if I go to a club or I go to a bar in New York, no matter where it is in New York, I could like probably find some parking within a couple block radius. Nah, there is just like all.
Just the parking lot, right?
Just that little parking lot, and then it's like, well, if you can't get that spot, you got to pay $30 at this line.
Oh no, you were probably talking about 5015.
Maybe I don't
remember. It's right by Turkey Leg Hut. It's across the street. Okay. It's never any parking over there, bro.
Right.
It's like crazy, but it'd be lit though.
Yeah, it'd be lit.
It's like y'all and the parking spots are so small. You would think that they would make more places to park, but yeah.
Right. Y'all don't have like parking spots like. In those areas, like in the main city, y'all have like the parking on the side streets, but like at these bars and these clubs we went to, it wasn't like parking spots. It was just like it's either you park in the lot that they have there for the club, or you got to pay X amount of money to park in the lot. And it was like everybody was like so squeezed in and all. It's not like a New York lot where there's like actual like pavement and shit like that. It's just like
they find places to fit you. Like it's crazy. I just went to the club out there like maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
and went through that same shit. Like it's crazy, bro. Like Houston that's what made me realize, like I was like, man, Houston is really like turning into one of those cities where people are just coming
just for fun,
just for fun to turn up, you know what I'm saying? It used to be, well, it's still Atlanta, but I feel like Houston has like that Atlanta feel.
It definitely does.
As far as when it comes down to like the party scene.
Right.
People coming down there and they just turning up. So
also I gotta give a big shout out to the ladies who be like fucking parking in those parking lots and they be walking in the gravel with their heels for like a calm 5 to 10 minutes.
I'm telling you.
Much respect to y'all, because I was watching y'all and some of y'all was struggling. It was looking like a deer like coming out the womb. I was like,
it'd be crazy. It's so funny that you pick up on them details, because those are really like details that if y'all never been to Houston, what he's saying is accurate. Like the details are on point. They definitely get out the car and be walking crazy on rocks.
And it's not their fault. It's because they're walking on rocks
they're rocking
in a
on rocks.
parking lot. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, you gotta give a big shout out to the ladies of Houston, man.
Yeah, shout out to the ladies of Houston though. They fine.
Some of the most beautiful women. Some of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life.
Shout out to Houston.
Every time I go to Houston, I know they're not going to do Astroworld again, but I will be going back to Houston every November now because I feel like I got to go back.
You know what's crazy though, bro? It's like Astroworld is like such a like when you're from Houston, it's such an embedded thing because we used to really go. Astroworld
Right, 'cause
was a real
Astroworld
place.
thing, yeah,
it
the
was
Six
like
Flags
Six
theme park,
Flags,
yeah.
and we used to go there as kids. So like, just the legacy of it, even with the tragedy of what happened or whatever. Even though, you know what I'm saying, the legacy of it is still gonna be
there.
At least for the Houstonians, like us, we because we remember everything before this Astroworld.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Travis though. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude has done a lot for the city. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Like,
That's a fact. Don't forget about the good, the many beautiful things that he's done for the
so
city.
many good things like leading up to Astroworld. Like it was just a whole lot of like giving back. So shout out to Travis. Plus he just dope. So
shout out to Travis. And even after everything happened, he did like a bunch of other stuff. And honestly, you know, hats off to Travis, man. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to Travis. Well, look, aside from Houston talk, right? I'm excited to have you here because you don't really do a lot of interviews.
My first one, really.
Your first real
But I want to do interviews. It's not like I'm not that artist.
Right.
I'm not the one that's like, no, I don't want to do no interviews. Like, I want to talk. You feel me? Because I want people to really like
get to know you.
Get to know me aside from like, because I have a real story. I've been in this game for so long on the other side. Because I started off as a producer. So for me, it's just an opportunity to talk.
So you started off producing?
Started off producing.
Okay.
Back in 2006, I got my first placement, which was Upgrade You by Beyonce.
Right.
First shit ever. Didn't even know what a placement was. You know what I'm saying? I've told this story a million times. So the interviews that I do have from back then, they say, you know this story. But made that, and then from there, just kind of use that as a stepping stone to like get into all these different, you know, rooms and get other placements and work with other artists, you know. So I was in that game for a solid 10 years before I even... But I always wanted to do the artist shit. Like, that's why I started making beats. Right. And I always was recording my own songs and doing my own shit. But you know how it is. It's like, as a producer, songwriter, everybody's like, yo, like, we just want your records for other artists. Which I wasn't mad at, because I'm like, well, shit, let me go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good money on this side. But eventually, like, I really wanted to get back to the root of why I even started making beats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Which was me being the artist and doing my shit. So I'm here. Also, all like the party DJs at the catering halls and shit like that. I was telling him this before. I'm like, they should say thank you to you.
Hey man, because like think about how many like weddings or like baby showers or things that you've gone to. They play Upgrade You at that shit.
It's so crazy because that song is like obviously over 10 years old. And like I just seen on Instagram, like a Instagram post, somebody was selling something. Like, you know how they had the girls in dresses and shit, and they're like selling shit. And she was walking to Upgrade You, and I just be like, damn, see, that shit is just like still ringing off. Years later. So shout out to B, shout out to Jay, shout out to everyone involved. That's crazy that I even did that shit. It's crazy. Right. And Swiss, shout out to Swiss too. And there could be another TikTok challenge like in like a year from now. Yeah, y'all make a TikTok challenge. Yeah, please bring that shit back up. Like, we need that. Like, he said the royalties still coming in to bring this that day. Shit. Come on, do a TikTok challenge to Upgrade You, ladies. So that'll you spend like all this time behind the scenes, right? Obviously, we got like a full list of like people that you've like worked with, which I'll get into because it's a very interesting list too. But it's interesting that you bring this up because like over the past year, we've seen a lot of like former producers really turn into artists. I think a good example, or writers, I think a good example of that is Capella Gray here from New York, you know what I'm saying? Because he did got a funny Capella Gray story, bro. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Tell your Capella Gray story. I'm sure he's gonna love this. I'm gonna send this real quick. He probably don't even know, bro, who he was talking to. Like, so I just got off a Wale tour. Okay. In March. So while I was on the tour, we're on the tour bus, you know, traveling city to city. I get a FaceTime call from a number that I don't know, so I don't answer it. I'm like, I don't know this number. So I text the number like, yo, who is this? And the person that texts back is like, it's Capella. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, the only Capella. I don't know him though. Never met him. Literally do not know this guy. Just know his music, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, the only Capella that I know is the guy who sings the song. Yeah. So I text him like, Capella, ? He's like, Gray, nigga. So I was like, nah. So I call back. He answers the phone. It's Capella Gray. So Capella, I don't know what cam. He probably was somebody probably gave him my number looking for another cam. I don't know shit. Maybe he was looking for Cameron. I don't know. But he ended up calling me, and that's how I met him. Oh. I was like, yo, like, small world. I was like, I know it was an accident, but let me send you some records. Like, let's get it. So that's my crazy Capella Gray story. That just happened like less than a month ago.
So you sent them some stuff.
I still haven't sent them anything yet. I'm waiting on Capella. Hit me back, bro. I need the email.
When I post this, I'll literally have Pella. I'll send this. I'll tag Pella, and Pella will be like, "Oh,
I hit my manager too and told him the story, and he was like, "Yo, tell him you know Sean." And I told him I know Sean and all that shit. So I'm just waiting on the email. But I know niggas be busy. He was in London actually.
Yeah. He was the DeVito show.
Yeah, he was in London, wherever he was. So I went to his story and was like,
"Oh, this was like because
this was recent.
Yeah, this was recent. Yeah,
he was in London. I was like, it's crazy. But go ahead.
No, that's nuts. But okay, so if we get into like your producing background, right? Oh, what I was gonna get at with that is like he was a writer turned artist, right?
Okay.
Like he had always been making music, but he's done a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Now he won't admit like when I asked him, he wouldn't tell me who he really worked with because
of course.
he was a little more secretive about it. With your stuff is obviously more out there because of the accolades and whatnot that you've received from them.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting when I get to talk to people like you, like Capella, because y'all have such like a different insight on like one, the music industry, and two, like y'all understand how things work like a lot better than just your average artist too.
Yeah, because we like, that's the beauty of it, I feel, at least in my situation, like being able to kind of, because we get to see everything that the artist goes through from a different point of view, from a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're making the beats and writing the songs and stuff, but we're also seeing like just what being an artist entails on the day-to-day, just all the stuff that they got to do. That'd be the crazy part is like, that's why I like to talk, because I do want to bring the fans and the supporters kind of like pull the drapes back and let people understand like, yo, it's a lot of work. Just all the things you got to do, the tedious things you have to do. And being a producer, songwriter, you get to see all of that from a different lens.
Right.
Before transitioning into that.
Yeah.
So whereas other artists who kind of never had that opportunity to see it, they just get thrown into it. So all this stuff is hitting them at once. We kind of like know what to expect. And we still don't know what to expect because this shit crazy. So it just be like, you know, but that's my take on it, is just being able to have a different view of what an artist does and see it from a different side. For me, I always like producing and writing songs for other artists, but a lot of songs that I wrote and gave and sold were mine at first anyway.
Right.
I was like, y'all could take that, it's cool.
So you had sold like full records of yours to other artists?
Full records, like full, made the beat, wrote the song. It was my song. Like, yeah. I've done that.
Somewhere out there might be like a reference track on YouTube.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got all the reference tracks.
Okay.
I recorded them.
Are there any you're allowed to talk about or no?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote, it's a record I did for Chris Brown called Paradise.
Okay, yep.
Wrote and produced that. That was on Heartbreak on a Full Moon.
Which is that's one of my favorite Chris Brown albums too.
I love that album. Chris Brown just super dope in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, wrote and produced that. That was I actually wrote that about my ex. So I had told myself, I was like, the only person I'm gonna get his record to is Chris Brown. This is while I was writing it, because at the time he was going through the shit with Carucci. So I was like, the only other artist that can like take this record and embody it would be Chris. And this was just me talking. I didn't try to get it to him or anything. And then somehow it ended up getting to Chris.
Fire.
So yeah, that joint, I did a record called Fallen for 7th Streeter, Ty Dolla $ign, and me. I'm featured.
Yeah, you're on that song. Yeah, I peeped that.
But it was my song at first. Like,
okay.
All my record. But these are all artists that definitely contributed. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make it just seem like they took what I did and elevated it. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest thing with records, is like, take what I did and just elevate it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can switch stuff around, do whatever you want to do, but just as long as you elevate it, either hit it right on the mark or elevate it.
Or elevate it bigger. Yeah, because some of the other ones like were pretty, like obviously you got Jeezy on there, right?
Yes.
B.O.B.
Yes.
Which I was, in my high school days, I was very...
That's like early Atlanta days when I had just moved to Atlanta. So I was kind of making the rounds.
And obviously B.O.B. was really buzzing out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
We got Omarion, Justine Skye, Chris Brown, obviously Yellow Wolf, Rock City, Lecrae. The list goes on and on.
I be forgetting about, I forgot about the Justine Skye record. That's crazy. Like, yeah, I got some shit, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's all a blessing. I be doing so much. I'm one of those guys where I kind of just keep my head down. I just keep working. I don't even come up to celebrate until like I can look back and be like, okay, I've done da 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 da. But I just really want to keep my head in the game. So a lot of this stuff be like, once I do something, I don't like to celebrate long because I just like to stay in it because I know how quick it is. Like you could be here 1 minute, you could be gone the next. So it's like you're only as good as your last whatever
hit record.
Or
that I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Even with all sports, it's really like that. It's like I'm competitive and I'm like, I kind of like attach it to sports. So it's like I just want to keep like LeBron doesn't win and then just chill. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me go get back at it. So that's what it is with me, bro. But yeah, shout out to all them artists. Thank you for all the opportunities. That shit is crazy. Let's get some more.
Word. Show. Definitely got some more. What's something that you wish you could have told your younger self about the business?
Damn.
Or you wish that you knew back then that you know now that maybe could be useful to any people watching this.
I ain't gonna front, bro. What I wish I could tell, fear is like not real. I mean, that shit is like 0% real. Like until like, I think for me, I honestly used to have like a fear of performing,
Really?
I think honestly, I probably would have been like in the mix. Like people who know me, like know Cam and know me on some music shit, they know what time it is with me. Like niggas been knowing like, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah,
but for me, I think having that fear of like getting in front of the people, getting in front of the people and just doing it, I was always like, I don't know, it was just a weird thing. And then when I went on my first tour, this last tour with Wale, I did that shit and it was like the best feeling ever.
Dope.
It's immediate, it's exactly like what they say, like fear is not even real. Like you'll be fearful of some shit until you do it and then realize, and you'll feel stupid. Like, why have I even been...
Like, why was I afraid of that this whole time?
Why was I even afraid of it? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was afraid, but more so just like, I'm such a like preparation guy.
Me
like,
too, yeah.
Somebody has to literally like Cam, all right, it's cool. Cause I'm like I like to make sure, I just see shit, I like shit to be a certain way. So I'll like over critique some shit instead of just getting out there and doing it.
Right.
So like my manager, he just threw me on that tour. I didn't know. He was just like, you're going. I was like, all right, cool, let's get it. So, fear is not real. That's definitely something that I would tell my younger self. It's just like, bro, just do it. Just do it. Even to young creatives, like whatever you're doing, whether it be producing, you're rapping, whatever art you do, just do it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, don't worry about what other people got to say. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. Just like get in your bubble, hone in on your craft, and just go crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. Because you got to now. You got to go even more crazier. Like back in the day, like in a different era, they didn't have Instagram. They didn't have all these different outlets and social media. So now it's like you got to go crazy. You got to really put your shit in the forefront, so, and just be able to adapt. That's something that I would tell any creative is like, just be able to adapt and never give up. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things I did. I'm still adapting. I'm transitioning. I'm in a transition space now. Like a lot of this artist shit is different. It's new for me, but I feel like it's what I've been working for. You know what I'm saying? All them nights like rapping in the mirror and shit. It's like,
yeah,
this is what it, now it's all making sense. So you just got to put the pieces of the puzzle together type shit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned about the performing thing because Pella said the same thing when I first had Pella up here. He wasn't like, he didn't really know. He knew how to perform, but he wasn't like
it's
confident
like you
yet.
got to like, like, I don't know, man. The confidence. You feel me? It's really a confidence thing. Like I was finally, once I did it and once you start realizing that it's really just an exchange of energy. That's what I love about performing is like, I get to give them my energy and they're going to feed back. Whatever I'm giving them, they're going to give it right back type shit. So yeah. That's what I fuck with. That's the advice I would give. I hope that answered the question.
No, that definitely did. So you went on the tour with Wale right now.
Yeah.
You literally got right off that tour because that tour wasn't that long ago. It was a couple months ago.
March,
Okay. Literally
ended in March.
Literally 2 months ago, and then you just hop back on tour with Big Crit.
Yeah, back on the road with Crit.
So how does that happen? How do you go from being on the Wale tour and then being like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going back on the road with Crit?
Number one, just like repetition. Like I said, I didn't want to get too comfortable. So I was happy. I didn't know that I was going on tour so quick, after coming from traveling the country, because with Wale, we did, 30 shows all across the country.
Crazy.
Like February, March. So like 2 months and a half, really. Then you come home and you get like your little time to chill. Then I went to South by Southwest. So when I came home, I didn't even chill. I just went straight to Austin. I live in Houston, so Austin's like maybe like 2 hours or something. So I drove to Austin, went and performed out there, then came home and kind of like decompressed and just like, But then I got the call that the crit shit is happening. So I was like, all right, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it feels good. It's just different tours, two different artists, two different crowds, two different just energies, but all positive, like all great. Like I treat it like a learning experience.
Yeah.
Because my goal is to, have my own headliner. I want to be the headliner one day. I got a whole, on some creative shit, bro, I'm like an aesthetics person. So I already done got the tour shit together. Like I know what I want my tour to look like. So I'm just treating these tours any opportunities, whether it be a tour or a show, I'm just treating it like preparation.
Right.
For when I'm really able to like do a full set of me.
Did you know Crit beforehand?
I knew Crit's manager.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew Dutch. Dutch is from Houston. I don't know if he's from Houston, but I know he lived in Houston for years. Right. And that's how I know Crit.
Okay, got it.
And then Price, he signed to Motown. He's on the tour, and my bro LA, he signed to Motown too. He's on the tour.
So it's a Motown experience.
It's like a Motown experience / Crit. You know what I'm saying? Because Crit is like his own. I think he's independent.
Yeah, I think
which is dope. But yeah, it's dope because I'm on the road with my fellow label mates. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we cool. Like it's really like a close knit. Everybody's cool. So that's the blessing about it is like, because sometimes you can go on tours, you don't really know these people, and personalities can clash and all of that. But I can honestly say I haven't had to deal with
any issues. Yeah,
no issues, bro. The Wale tour was dope. Wale was dope. Who else was on that tour? Oh, Guap Dad was on that tour.
Guap Dad, my guy.
Shout out Guap Dad.
Shout out Guap.
Super dope. Super cool dude. Super funny. Learned a lot from both of them. So it was just a learning experience, bro.
Word.
I fuck with the touring life. I mean, I be missing my bed and shit, but
you'll be all right.
That's what come with it.
Yeah, that's what comes with it. This is a life you signed up for.
I'm learning to like just get uncomfortable anyway. Like, how they say nothing great happens
when you're comfortable.
In your comfort zone. Like your home should literally be your only comfort. Like, of course you want to come home to comfort there. But when you step out, it's like all action. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
That's what's good for me. It's forcing me to just be all action.
Facts.
Because niggas could talk about this shit all day, but you gotta be all action.
You gotta be all action.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I also so we talked about Motown, right? So you officially announced that you signed to Motown last year, about a year ago now.
Yeah, in April.
Yeah, about a year ago now. Mm-hmm. So how did the partnership with you and Motown first come about?
So my manager, Sean, really he just like the bro. I call him my manager, but that's just my homie. Mm-hmm. Sean Barron. He we met back in Atlanta years ago. I had been sending him music. Just anything I would do, I would always send it to him, just like for placements and just for him to hear. That's me. Like I record myself, so like I do so many songs that I just be like, I gotta send this shit to somebody. Like I just need a second opinion. So he was like always the person I was sending music to. And one day, when was this? This was like 2018, the end of 2018. I hit him and I was like, yo, it was late at night too. I was like, man, what's up, bro? Tell me, like, am I whack or something? Like, what's good? Like, let me know. I've been sending, like, what's good, bro? Like, I'm really trying to do this shit. Aside from just producing for other people, I'm really trying to do it. I want to be in the forefront as an artist. And I was like, what's wrong? Like, what do you think the problem is? And he was like, man, I just think you never had the right, backing as far as just like the people, who make the shit move other than you. And so he told me, give him like a year. He's like, I'm going to Motown. Give me like a year. Keep sending me music. Keep doing what you're doing. But give me like a year. I'm going to try to see what's up. So I was like, all right, cool. So I just kept producing, kept writing songs, kept doing my own shit. And then I ended up moving to LA just to get closer to the music, you know what I'm saying? And started going to sessions with Ty. Ty's like a mentor, like a big brother. Sean linked that up too. And then next thing I know, like, he hit me one day and was like, bro, like, I got it done. And I was like, what you talking about? And he was Like, I got signed during the pandemic.
Right.
So I'm a pandemic baby. That's what we call it. Like, all the artists that got signed in the middle of the chaos, like, I got signed over a Zoom meeting.
Oh, damn.
Type shit.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, you know, the label knows the music. Like, it was, everybody there was lobbying for me, you know what I'm saying? But just the experience of getting a record deal, something that you have envisioned your whole life. Like me, I'm thinking like I'm about, because the day that I was about to go to the label to sign my deal, you know how they do. You go to the label, the long table and shit. You got the contract, they slide this shit over to you. I got my outfit together, I'm ready to go. That was the same day that they closed the building. They told everybody they had to leave for for COVID. So I actually did. I was supposed to get signed in 2020, and I had to wait until 21. Oh,
damn!
Because nobody,
of COVID,
nobody knew what was going on. Like at first, it was like, "Oh, we'll be back in office in like 3 weeks." Of course, nobody, the world didn't know that it was about to be an ongoing
pandemic.
So I'm sitting at the crib in LA, like ready. I'm like, man, what's going on? I'm getting anxious because you gotta understand, bro. I have been getting ready for this
for mad long.
I'm in LA running mountains, bro. I'm doing everything, preparing for like it's about to be go time. I've been doing it all this time for this, but now it's really now I'm about to have the platform to really put my ideas and stuff out there. So I had to wait. And yeah, April, I can't remember the date, but it finally came around and locked in with Motown. Shout out Ethiopia, shout out Sean, everybody over there that rocks with me and like supports what I'm doing. But I know a lot of people too. That's what I'm saying from like the producer side.
Yeah.
Half the people that work at Motown already know me from years back of just running around Atlanta, like going to studios,
right,
just being in the mix. So it was really just the right person, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who really just believed. That's really what it is at the end of the day. I think Sean just believed. He literally I know he believed. He told me that, like, I believe those words. And I was like, let's go.
Word. So when you signed to Motown, right, and all these people finally believed in you,
yes,
incredible experience.
Yes.
Did you feel any pressure then at that point? Because now it's like, all right, now I got to deliver.
Yes. So the crazy part is, I'm going to keep it all the way just funky because, like, I really didn't want to announce my deal. I wanted to just kind of, like, do the deal, keep it low, and just pop out. Just let people, like, I'm an organic person. I'm real, like, that's gonna be a word that y'all probably hear a lot.
Organic,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's very on trend right now, but that's really me. So for me, I kind of, don't get me wrong, I was happy that we announced it because I mean it's a big
deal,
accomplishment.
Yeah,
you know what
facts,
I'm saying?
facts.
But I love the element of surprise, and I like mystique, and I feel like
mystique.
Yeah, I like mystique, bro, because I feel like not too much though, because then if you do too much mystique, you could kind of get weirded out. Like, who is this rapper that?
Right, it's like when rappers delete
nobody
their whole
wants to see.
Yeah, it's like when rappers delete their whole Instagram. It's like, stop being. What did Hovain? I think Hovain said it the best. I don't know if it was Hovain, but it was somebody who I know who I follow. Someone's like, stop being fucking mysterious and put out the music.
Yeah,
I was like, you're on.
No, that's
what
I'm saying. It's like a nice balance of mystique. It's just kind of like letting people wonder, like, and see it a little bit, because we're still gonna make these moves and the platform's there. I kind of just wanted people to be like, oh shit, like this Cam shit going crazy. Like, is he signed? I want that. I want the like, wait, we don't know like what it is type shit.
Your publicist texting me. He's like, are they there? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you good.
He's excited too.
No, he on his job. Shout out, bro. Like, but no, just I love, because me as a consumer, you got to understand again too, like, I call myself like a student of this shit, bro. Like, I love music, bro. I love the art form. I love all the stuff around music, meaning like these kind of outlets. So I watch the interviews. I watch the documentaries and shit. So for me, being a consumer, I even kind of like when an artist just has that grassroots feel, even if the label is behind it. I mean, me being in the game so long now, I can kind of eyeball it. Like, I could tell when an artist is like, oh, it's something going on. They just not saying
on the low, they can't.
They just not saying nothing yet. I could eyeball it though. Probably the consumer can't. They'll just probably think, oh, this shit is popping off. And
when they got a little extra promotion, you're just like,
yeah, you know. And I like that shit. I just feel like it just makes people, because people like when they feel like they're kind of like discovering you and like shit is like they're putting people on you or whatever. So, but to answer your question, I feel like it did put pressure on me, but I'm cool with pressure. I feel like that's when I kind of like I work the best when it's like, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, because then once you announce it, it's like, okay, what now?
Yeah, what do we do? What are we doing
like
now then?
Okay, you got the deal, nigga. What's next? Type shit. And it's like, you know, that creates some pressure. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, I love music and I believe in the music that I make. So I know once I'm still finding my rhythm, but once I get, you know how every artist has like a pocket?
Yeah.
It's like you could like, even with Don Toliver, like, it's like he just hit this pocket and then shit just started like clicking. Every song, people started knowing his style, his voice. It's like you hit a pocket. So I feel like once I hit my pocket and like really start opening up and being vulnerable and people can really get to know who I am as an artist, it's
over.
Because the shit that's on the hard drive is crazy.
Right, because you got the debut album Trifecta, right?
Trifecta, yes.
Trifecta's on the way.
Yes, that's because I produce, write, and I rap. Really, it's more than a trifecta because I record my shit, I mix my shit. Only thing I don't do is master it.
But Trifecta sounds
but Trifecta is better, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds better.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's the vibes though, just like really gonna showcase me getting back hands-on all around. Because when I first got signed, stuff was moving so fast that I kind of just, I had stopped producing for a minute. Not stopped completely, but just, that's the thing. Like, I love getting packs too. I'm like an artist. I love the music. So if you're a producer and you got some shit, I'm definitely gonna be like, send me a pack because I love just music. So for me, I kind of had just started getting packs from my friends and different producers, also to give them opportunities too. Because I wanted to be that artist that was like, yo, when I was on my producer shit, I wish I had a homeboy that got signed and was like, yo, send me some beats. I'm about to put you on my album. Just off the, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like one hand wash the other. Like, you know, I could easily go and blow half my budget and get a Pharrell beat or something, even though I'm planning to make that happen one day. Probably not blow half the budget, but I'm coming to see you. But I could have easily went and got beats from all these other people. But for me, it's like, let me tap in with my bros who are just as dope and really help put them in a position to get placements, get some money, you know what I'm saying? And just like have something to build on, another record on their resume type shit. So, yeah, bro. I forgot what the question was.
We're talking about Trifecta.
Trifecta, yeah. So yeah, producing, writing, and rapping, and singing. All of it. I do all of it. I just do everything, bro. Like, that's really like my whole, I just fuck with music. So that's really what this album is going to embody. You're just going to get a lot of like DIY, do it yourself. Me making the beats, me just from every aspect of it. So
is it going to be all you, or is it going to be you going to have some people on there with you?
I'm going to have some people on there, feature wise.
Yeah.
You know, we got Maxo on there.
Of course, with the new Maxo record out now.
And I guess it's weird. I don't know. See, I'm still like putting my album together because I didn't produce Throw It As It Gets. My boy Vincent produced that. Shout out to Vincent McCauley. But see, I want records like that on the album. Right. So it's gonna be a mixture of
shit that you produce and
shit that I produce and shit that my friends produce. Right. So it's still like an extension of me because it's like these are really my friends. Yeah. Like I could hit Miles up. That's one of the guys who did the optical. This is my bro. So it's like I'm working with people I know. People you fuck with. People I fuck with, yeah.
How did you and Maxo first get together?
Man, just being from Houston, that's number one.
Okay, of course.
Always hearing his music and just, we're from two different sides of town. I'm from the north side or the north side. We say north in Houston. And I want to say he's from the south side of town, but I can't remember like the actual area. But you growing up, you hear his music, you know what I'm saying? You know who Maxo Kream is. A lot of his friends, a lot of his homeboys that did music, I knew them. Like my homie Rico, who's crazy, super dope artist. I'm going to shout him out every time I get. His name is Wolf Day Michaels. Y'all check him out. He put me on Maxo. He did a lot of stuff with him too. Dope. But the way we connected was just through his manager and my manager are friends. Gotcha. Toby, which I think is his cousin or something. They're related somehow. He just pulled up on me at the studio. Like we set up the session. He pulled up. smoke something. You know what I'm saying? I played the original song because this is a remix.
Right.
So I played the original joint and was like, he went in there and did that shit one take, like in and out. You know what I'm saying? So, and after that, we kind of chopped it up. We shot a video. So the video's coming soon. We shot a video that night. Just a cool dude, bro. Like, you know, Houston is one of those places where we kind of got like a stigma where it's like we don't stick together or whatever, but like the youth and just like the niggas be sticking together. You know what I'm saying? Like we be showing love, you know, like he's one of them faces. He's one of them younger faces that keep Houston in the forefront, along with Travis, Don Toliver, shit, and me. Fuck, I keep hitting this, my bad.
No, you good. I also wanted to ask, how did you come to executive produce Slim's album?
Bro, that was like some childhood shit I always wanted to do.
Right.
I ain't gonna even lie to you. Real shit.
Executive producing a Slim Thug album is crazy.
Bro, so, damn, you got all of this, you know all this shit. That's crazy. So, I'm from the North. Slim's from the North side of town.
Okay.
So, growing up, Swisher House, all of that, that's, you know, so DJ Screw and SUC, what people... So
Rest in peace, Screw.
Rest in peace, Screw, for
First
sure.
and foremost, yep.
Rest in peace, Screw, for sure. So the version of Houston that most people get, the version that you, when you think of Houston, you really get the South Side version of Houston.
Okay.
It's very, because you have to, in Houston, you have to go to the South Side, even if you're from the North, because that's where everything is. Where you were at, all those places, that's all over there. You go into a game, the Toyota Center, it's all over there. So you have to go to the South Side. And so me being from the North, Swisher House was always like our thing. And Screw was the South Side's thing. So growing up, we heard all of the Swisher House tapes with Paul Wall and Slim Thug and like just other legends out there, Chameleonaire, all of them, Mike Jones. So Slim was always just that guy out of all of them. Like growing up, like if Slim was bumping, he would just get on there and kill that shit. So growing up, I was just like, bruh, I want to do a project with him. And then after he got signed with Pharrell and did Already Platinum, which is a crazy album, I just was like, bro, I'm going to produce a project for him one day. I don't even know where it came from. I just like, this is something I just put in the air, manifested. I had left, moved to Atlanta, moved back to Houston. I knew his brother. I know his brother, Rayface. Ended up linking up with Slim. He told me to come by the crib. We did the whole album at his house.
Wow.
And at his house, bro, like, he wasn't even on no fake shit. He was just like, yo, come to the house. You know what I'm saying? And I brought my computer, brought everything, set it up, and I recorded them. I just played them beats and played them songs. And Slim is crazy, bro. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, I know Houston is really known for the legends. We have a lot of legends, you know what I'm saying? But, like, he really one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? He's so versatile. He can get on anything That's why I understand why Pharrell signed him. I understand, like, that's the producer part in me. I was like, yo, I get it. Like, Pharrell signed him because of the voice, that deep voice he has and just his approach. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something I always wanted to do, bro. And I did it on some random.
Off the checklist.
Off the checklist, bro. Literally got a whole album. I think it's like maybe 2 joints on there that I didn't do.
But the rest of it's all you.
Rest of it's all me and him.
That's crazy. I saw a picture of you with Bun B also.
Yeah, that was recently. That was on the
Wale tour.
Yeah, the Houston stop.
Dope.
My first time meeting him, he did a whole interview with me, like a phone. He pulled me to the back room and just was asking me questions. Shit, did an interview. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real moment. I'm sitting there like, this shit is... I think I'm smiling crazy on the picture. Like, if you go on my Instagram,
That's mad funny you said that, because you ever heard of Big Jade? You know Big Jade? She's from Texas,
Oh, the rapper?
Yes.
Yeah, she fired.
She's from Texas, and when I first interviewed her...
She from Beaumont.
Yeah, when I first interviewed her on Zoom, she had just posted a picture of her with, I think, Slim and Bun. Or was it Trey? No, it was Slim and Bun, right? And she's like, I don't even remember... She's like, she's an OD. I didn't even realize I was cheesing hard.
That's how it was. I had got right off because before I went on, he was like, yo, when you finish, I wanna do an interview with you. I'm like, okay. Like, of course, you know what I'm saying? So I go on stage, perform. I'm talking, bro, like, soon as I got off, you know, usually you like go wipe off, get the sweat and shit. I went straight. I'm like, yo, I'm ready. He was like, you don't want to wipe your face off first? I was like, bro, I'm like, let's go. This is a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bun B is really like so instrumental, bro, to the city, to the culture, to Texas. Like, You know what I'm saying? This is who like Jay-Z and them listen to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was a crazy moment. So yeah, met Bun B recently. Crazy.
You'll get up with him soon.
Yeah, soon. He aired the interview on the radio station and everything.
Word.
Like, somebody called me, was like, yo, you're on the radio with Bun B. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's
like,
awesome.
I wasn't even in the city, so I couldn't hear it, but they told me. It was crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that too.
Thank you, man.
Okay, so the Trifecta album's on the way.
Trifecta.
Single with Maxo Kream is out now. What else do the people got to know about before we sign off here for the day and we get you rapping?
Man, just know I'm really one of them ones. And when I say that, I mean it in a way of like top tier shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm 37. So I'm a Rockefeller baby. You feel me? But I'm also like with the shits. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go from listening to Jay-Z to fucking Common to D'Angelo to Playboy Cardi. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to know that my fingers on the pulse. You know what I'm saying? And I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a consumer just like y'all. I feel like a lot of artists don't really display that shit. I don't know what it is. Like rappers in particular, like I love music, bro. And I want my listeners and supporters to know that just keep rocking with me. I'm still building, I'm still growing, I'm still transitioning, but I plan on taking it to them top tier levels, you know what I'm saying? The Kendricks, the Drakes, the Coles, like it's like we only have a handful. When you think of like, you know, that top tier, let's be real. Like when we think of that, it's only like a handful. And I fuck with all of them, like lyrically and just like as I don't know all of them personally, but I know a few. And I just aesthetically, creatively, all that shit, I plan on taking it to the highest heights, like as high as I could go. You know what I'm saying? So really, I just want y'all to keep rocking with me. And just watch the growth. It's a journey. Like, come on this journey with me. Like, and you know, just fuck with me. It's really that simple.
Word.
Just fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even got no real crazy answer for that shit. I just want y'all to fuck with me. You know what I mean? Cause I just get it, bro. I got an ear for this shit. I got an eye for it too. So y'all gonna see. That's
definitely
really
gonna see.
Y'all gonna see.
We definitely gonna see. Well, look, I appreciate you being here. Trifecta is on the way. Freestyle's out now by the time y'all seeing this, so make sure you go tap in, go check that out.
Check it out.
Let the people know they can follow you at anything else.
Oh,
this camera right here.
Right here. So follow me at Cam I Am Forever on everything. Instagram, Twitter, Cam I Am Forever, the number 4. I'm on all of that. You follow me, I'm gonna follow you back. I'm not one of these bougie artists. You know what I'm saying? I might delete some stuff every now and then, but I'm never gonna go ghost. Never. So fuck with me.
There you go. Trifecta is on the way. Go follow him on Instagram. Go show him love. Go run up his record. Support's free. Love is free. Till
Love
next
is
time.
free, bro.
Cam Wallace, Houston, Texas, in the building. My guy. Appreciate you.
Thank you for this.
Love.
Hey.